might have heard about Jersey Gate, even if you're not a big fan of ice hockey, but it's a thing that's been making the rounds lately for all the best reasons. Like, is somebody's finally pushing against the woke tide in NHL, which has been, swept over this entire season so far. Whenever we talk about the NHL, okay, my disclaimer, I've been out of it for a long time, even though I'm from Canada and that's supposed to be, the most Canadian thing ever. I hate the NHL. Okay, it gets overcovered in this country, so this story has definitely been making the rounds, and it looks like it's really broken into the mainstream in the States because this dude's a jersey, okay? It's not going to be the Pride one, but it's flying off the shelves, okay? It's so funny because this has been the most thorny issue when it comes to issues like this. Like, you might remember, during, like, this one was, maybe in a global context, but even still, Jonathan Isaacs, the Orlando Magic player, back when the NBA was in the bubble in 2020, okay, he refused to kneel for the national anthem, and he wouldn't wear the Black Lives Matter shirt because he didn't want to. Okay, he wasn't put through the ringer as much as Ivan Provorov is right now, okay? He plays for the Philadelphia Flyers, and he is of Russian descent, like many players in the NHL are, okay? A lot of Scandinavians, a lot of Eastern Europeans, okay? A couple of black guys, but mostly just a bunch of, Canadian kids from, the greater Toronto area. Let's keep it a buck. That's where most of them are from anyways, okay? Sure, Sidney Crosby's from the Maritimes, but that fuck should just go back there. Fuck him. He's a big reason why I don't like the sport anymore. I'm not going to be told with my fucking eyes that Sidney Crosby is a superior player to Alexander Ovechkin when I can watch the fucking game, you lying whores. But we can rail more on hockey journalists very, very shortly. And I'm so thankful of that because they are the fucking bottom of the barrel when it comes to sports journalism, okay? Yeah. Especially after the coverage of this stuff, I might put them lower than wrestling journalists, but they're at least neck and neck. I don't know if I want to put that much dirt on their name. Like, there's slime people, and then there's, slime people. But what are we talking about here with Ivan Provorov, okay? You probably heard about it. He didn't want to wear the warm-up jersey. Okay, he didn't want to wear a warm-up jersey. That's fine. There's some prima donna behavior that happens in sports. Whatever, man. But it was a Pride jersey. The sacred Pride jersey. And because he is an Orthodox Russian Christian, he's like, no, I don't want to wear this stupid rainbow jersey. It's big gay. I'm not like that. I won't do that. I won't make big stink about it either. I just won't wear warm-up jersey. It's fine. It's gay. And head coach John Tortorella is like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever, man. You guys do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Go out there, shoot the puck around a couple of different times. We'll put the Zamboni on the ice and everybody will come out to the big, the light show at the beginning, and then we'll have the ceremonial puck drop and all the pageantry and shit. That's how sports works in today's day and age. But for the untelevised portion of this stuff, okay? I'm sorry. I guess they were wearing Pride jerseys for the entire game, which is kind of super retarded to begin with. But, man, everybody's pouring dirt on his name, and it's hilarious, okay? Because his reason is it goes against my faith, okay? Something I'm not comfortable with as an Orthodox Christian, okay? Now, if he would have had the exact same sentiment, okay, if there was a Muslim player that was out there, he would not be facing this backlash because these woke fucks in sports journalism up here wouldn't have the fucking stones to do that, okay? There's a progressive hierarchy, and Muslims are definitely holding strong on this one. That's another reason hey man, a big ups to Muhammad on this one, man. You got everybody in line on this one, and they fucking hold it, and I do appreciate that. All right, so what do we got? Provorov's number 9 regular, not the one with the rainbow on it. His Flyers jersey has nearly completely sold out to the NFL, it should be the NHL shop, and Fanatics online stores after the player opted out of participating in the team's Gay Pride Night observance on Tuesday. It's like, okay, there are very few other things. Like, okay, NHL jerseys, they have a bunch of different, goofy ass alternatives. The Flyers are pretty consistent when it comes to their imagery. They were one of the first expansion teams, okay, after the original 6, they were in the second wave. It's a historic franchise, and it's also Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Not that type of brotherly love, but, you know, the place that threw batteries at Santa Claus. You know, especially speaking about, you know, Philadelphia Flyers history, the Broad Street Bullies. You think Bobby Clark would put on that fucking rainbow flag jersey? Yeah, I don't fucking think so, bro. Just wear the jersey, bigot. No. No, it's good to see a Christian, even one certain sect of Christianity, fight back against this nonsense. We've seen it with, you know, the dude wearing the Jesus saves 50% off at Payless shoes, okay, in Minneapolis and Minnesota. Christianity has been a laughingstock for a long time, mostly because the people in charge have fucking allowed it to capitulate. But one guy stands up against this, and guess what? He ends up getting showered with fucking support. Twitter user Greg Price looked over the store's listing and found no products left to sell, and only the extra small sizes are left. Yo. Ivan Provorov's jersey is now completely sold out at the NHL shop, and and Fanatics, with the exception of extra small. So basically sold out. 27-year-old defenseman became something of a free speech hero overnight when he decided not to participate in Tuesday's warm-ups ahead of the game because the team was using ice time to recognize the LGBT agenda by wearing gay pride jerseys and using sticks with gay pride tape. Okay, so it was the untelevised portion, okay? So what the fuck do they even care about? If journalists didn't make this a big thing, it wouldn't have been a big thing, because Provorov didn't make this a big thing until he was asked about it, okay? After the game, Provorov explained that he had religious objections to participating in the gay pride celebration. No, gays don't belong on jersey, they belong on the roof. I respect everybody. I respect everybody's choices, so you respect mine, fuckers. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. Fucking shout out to the big man right there. Many fans on Twitter are celebrating Provorov's gumption by standing up to the radical alphabet mafia lobby. I'm going to call this chapter the pendulum swing. It's amazing so far, especially with the outpouring of support. Like I've said, I've punched out of hockey for a long time, okay? So I don't know if Ivan Provorov's like a big name or anything like that, and it really doesn't much matter, okay? Even if he is just like somebody who's on the third line, the third line of the defense, okay? He's part of the third defensive pairing. I don't know about that. I don't know if he's a superstar. I don't know if he's a high draft pick or anything like that. And even if he isn't, even more props to him, because he could be cut at a moment's notice, okay? Yeah, the playoffs are just around the corner, because playoff season in hockey is fucking ludicrously long, and it's unwieldy complex, because, you know, Gary Bettman can't leave well enough alone when it comes to ruining sports, okay? The NHL did it first. MLB decided to fuck around with it, and NFL, you can kind of understand them, you know, just trying to get more money out of it as well. But NHL fucked around with this shit to begin with, okay? You know, the playoffs begin in April and they don't end until, I've seen them go into July, so it's so fucking dumb. Yeah, well, he has all of the regular, you know, conservative commentators, you know, Charlie Kirk, you know, Christy Swanson. She kind of, you know, it inserted herself into that situation. Richard Grinnell, conservative coach. Yeah, a bunch of other guys as well. Lending their support about this stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, no, that totally makes sense. But what about the journalist class? Well, they are totally fucking losing their mind for a relatively reasonable take about this. It's like, listen, this goes against my religious value. Well, you're basically a bigot and you should go die in war. Measured take, my guy. NHL Network analyst says Ivan Provorov should just go back to Russia. Go ahead and say that. What if his name was Ivan Santos, okay? You should just go back to your own country. You can only get away with this shit because he's white. You just call it exactly what this is, okay? And fight Ukraine after refusing to wear a Pride Night jersey. Do you know what the Alphabet Mafia stands in Ukraine is? It's the exact same one that you find in Russia. So, he's just thinking of creative ways of saying that Ivan Provorov should be killed for his religious beliefs. I thought we moved past this in like the 16th century, okay? Which brainlet opined on this while everybody else was just like, yeah, that's a good idea. NHL Network analyst E.J. Hradek, okay, has come under fire for suggesting Philadelphia Flyers defenseman Ivan Provorov return to Russia and fight in a war against Ukraine after he refused to participate in the team's Pride Night due to Orthodox Orthodox Christian faith. Listen, bro, who gives a shit what your God says? Just wear the rainbow jersey, you bigot. Provorov sparked outrage from leftists this week who have never seen a game of hockey in their fucking life, wouldn't know a goddamn thing about two-line passes, and think the trap isn't gay, and instead doesn't understand that it was the way that the New Jersey Devils won 3 Stanley Cups. But they'll opine on this by saying that NHL is so bigoted. Just go back and just run back that stupid tweet before, that dude steamrolled that lady at that trans hockey night. Yeah, stunning and brave. Trans women are women, trans men are men, trans rights exist, and your existence is valid, or whatever fucking nonsense they were spewing. Something to that extent. The NHL is so inclusive. Unless, of course, you have a differing religious opinion, then you just might as well fuck right off. Among those criticizing him was NHL Network EJ Hradek, who took the borderline nativist route by suggesting that he go back to Ukraine. Yeah, but he should return to his home country and possibly fight in a military conflict against Ukraine. Ivan Provorov can get on a plane any day that he wants to go back to a place where he feels more comfortable. We are an inclusive league. Take less money. Get on with his life that way if if that's problematic for him. Like, bro, he didn't want to wear the jersey. Just stop. You wear the jersey, stupid. This is as much of a problem for him to maybe assimilate into a group of teammates. Again, I would love for you to say that for any one of those hockey players that decided to take a knee during the national anthem. Just go ahead and say that. You say that. You stand up. You keep it 10 toes down. You be congruent with your beliefs. This is the type of rhetoric that got Don Cherry unjustly fired when he was opining upon Remembrance Day poppies, okay, saying that, immigrants come over and they disrespect it, okay. Don Cherry, one of the most treasured Canadian institutions, gets fired for some theoretical aggrieved party. This motherfucker right here, naming names, saying that if you don't like it, go back to Europe. Guess what? One of these people will be treated one way, and another one of these people will be treated another way. Just saying. Listen, you can feel any way that you want. But the beauty is, if it bothers you that much, there's always a chance to leave. Go back to where you feel more comfortable. I understand there's a conflict going on over there. Maybe get involved. Yeah, just go die, bro, because you don't want to engage in DIE policies. Diversity, inclusion, and equity. Imagine that. It's inclusive. Only if you adhere to everything that we have to say. All right. In response to Provorov's decision, the NHL says that hockey is for everyone, except for dangerous Russian bigots. Initiatives leave the teams to decide how to express themselves. Yeah. And the coach, John Tortorella, is like, yeah, that's fine. Players are free to decide which initiatives to support, and we continue to encourage the voices and perspectives on social and cultural issues, it said. Yep, exactly. And if EJ Hradek continues to have these goofy-ass fucking positions, yep, hockey is for everybody, and the same amount of people will continue to tune in to the NHL Network, which is absolutely next to zero. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.